first online yoga class. My name is Megan, this is Josie and Hannah, familiar faces. We're going to be doing a Vinyasa Flow class today, and you'll need a block and a strap. And if you're at home and you don't have a block or a strap, you got to get creative. I grabbed the strap from my bathrobe, we grabbed a belt, we got a stack of books, maybe an Amazon box you can tape up. You can figure out some props from home to use for this class. If you want to use my playlist, I'm on Spotify. My name on Spotify is Megan of the Moon, and it's Megan, M-E-G-A-N. And my playlist is called Online Yoga Party. So if you want to do yoga to that playlist, head there. And then I think we'll go ahead and get started. So we'll get started in a seated position at the back of our mats. Any seat that feels comfortable. So maybe on your hips. If you want, you can sit on your block or your books, or you can just take a seat cross-legged, maybe bring your hands to your knees, palms facing up, roll your shoulders back, and then just close your eyes. Take a nice slow inhale through your nose, start to fill up. Open mouth, exhale, release. Good, again like that, nice slow inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Start to lengthen your breath. Starting to inhale and exhale out of your nose, cultivating that Ujjayi breath. Activating the back of your throat like you're whispering, and try to make a nice long breath. You have a 5-second inhale, pause, 5-second exhale. With every exhale, just starting to release any lingering distractions, any thoughts of the day. Let it go with your breath and try to tap back into the present moment. I chose to get into back bends for our first online yoga class. And I chose back bends because they require heart opening and they require a lot of vulnerability. And if there's one advantage to doing yoga in your living room, it's that we can feel really comfortable tapping into that vulnerability, both physically and emotionally. So physically, you can go for harder poses without being worried about falling over on your mat or wobbling over in front of 20 people. Emotionally, if you've ever felt like you're gonna cry in Shavasana, that's happened to me, it's probably happened to you. It's awkward when you're in class. You try to contain that emotion, you try to kind of keep it in, but when you're at home, you can really just let whatever comes up to the surface be. You can sit with it, you can work through it, you can rewind and do a transition or a pose over again. So I really want you to try to tap into the vulnerable side of yourself and just let what happens tonight, or this morning, or whatever time it is that you're doing this class. All right, let's take another slow inhale, fill it up. Open mouth, exhale, release. Good, inhale, start to blink your eyes open. Right away, we're gonna crawl over our knees, onto our hands and knees for tabletop position. Spread your fingers out nice and wide, tuck your toes or let them be flat on the mat, either way. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, arch your back, chin and tailbone will lift. Exhale, cat, start to round through your spine, hollowing out your belly, tuck chin to chest. Inhale, cow, belly drops, chin and tailbone lift, arching. Exhale, cat, round it out, pop up that space between your shoulder blades. Close your eyes, take a couple rounds of cat-cow here on your own, tapping into the idea of breath to movement. We're gonna be doing a lot of spinal contraction as well as expansion today. So get used to the fluidity of the spine. And then start to take any other movements that feel good in your body. Maybe rolling out your neck, maybe walking your hands over to one side of the mat, sitting your hips to the other. Don't feel like you have to keep your hands and knees on the floor. You can always reach an arm high or kick a leg back. Whatever you do on one side, just make sure you do it on the other side as well. So we're starting to even out through our sides. And we'll take a few more breaths here, just warming up into whatever feels good. And then start to make your way back to your tabletop position and scoot yourself back on your mat. So you're towards the back of your mat. And then from here, we're gonna come into puppy's pose. So you're gonna tuck your toes, And then just walk your hands out so you're melting your chest down towards the mat. Chin may or may not touch the mat. You're keeping your hips lifted nice and high so they're not sitting back onto your heels. You should feel a big stretch in the shoulders, your chest, your upper back, your triceps. Not here for long, just a couple breaths. You guys look good. On your next inhale, you're just gonna slide forward onto your belly and forearms, coming into Sphinx pose. So we're on our forearms, fingers spread out nice and wide, untuck your toes. And first we'll work into the neck, so just drop your right ear to your right shoulder, and then just take a nice circle in the neck. Circling it out in one direction, and then circling it out in the other direction as well. Once you take a circle in both directions, come back to center. And then we're gonna really engage through our left leg. So the top of your foot is gonna press down into the mat, and you're engaging so much that your kneecap starts to lift off the mat. And then you're gonna lift your right leg. So pointing the right toes towards the back of the room, feel your low back and your glute fire up. Hold just for an inhale. And exhale, bring that leg back down. Now we'll get it to the other side. So pressing the right foot into the mat. Lift your left leg. Feeling the left side, left low back start to fire up. Inhale. And exhale, bring it back down. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then from here, you're gonna press into your hands and straighten out your arms just for a moment here. Feel that big stretch in the low back, look up. And then exhale, devotional pose, child's pose with knees closed. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Close your eyes here. Take a couple breaths. Come onto the tips of your fingers. Lift your elbows off the mat. On your next inhale, we're gonna come straight into cat pose. So you're shifting forward into your tabletop, but right away with a round spine. Chin stays on your chest. You're gonna shift all the way forward, pressing hips down, coming into this kind of a lazy up dog. So up dog, but letting our thighs rest on the mat. Look up, and then exhale, sitting back into child's pose, or devotional pose. Child's pose with your knees closed. Take an inhale here. And then exhale back into your cat pose, rounding through the spine, shifting hips forward. Coming straight into your lazy up dog, looking up on your inhale, and exhale back to your devotional pose. Take an inhale, and then take one of these at your own pace, with your own breath. And I'll meet you back in that devotional pose when you're done. Good, you guys. Once you make your way back into devotional pose, bring your knees out wide for a traditional child's pose. So just lengthening or bringing your knees to the outer edges of your mat, getting a little bit deeper into the hips, keeping your forehead down on the mat, and then find some movement. Maybe shifting left and right, kind of massaging that space between your brows into the mat. And then start to walk your hands in. You're gonna sit up onto your heels. So your knees can stay pretty wide here. And you're gonna find your block or your props. So books, you want to stack them on top of each other, and then you're going to bring your block or books behind your right hip. Hand is going to come down to the blocks, fingers are going to face the back of the room, left arm is going to come out in front of you. On your inhale, you're going to press onto your shins, hips shifting forward, left arm is going to reach up and back. Keep a slight bend in your right elbow so you're not locking out your joints. Trying to press hips forward as much as you can, getting that stretch in the side body, and into our first kind of back bend of class. Take an inhale, and then exhale, sit back into your hips. We're gonna get into the other side. So grab your prop, bring that behind your left hip, right arm reaches out in front of you, fingers facing the back of the room. Good, inhale, press forward, Reaching that right arm back. Slight bend in that left elbow, getting that big stretch. At any time, if you feel like you need to cool it down or you need an open up exhale, feel free to take it. Stay in your inhale. And then exhale, sit back into your hips. Bring one hand to your heart, one to your belly. Sometimes these back bends can make you a little bit dizzy, so we'll just take a couple breaths here, just centering our energy, grounding ourselves down. Take an inhale through your nose. Open up, exhale. Good breath. Start to open your eyes. Grab your block or your books or whatever you're using as your prop. And then go ahead and just place that at the top of your mat. Coming back into a tabletop position. You're going to bring your knees together to touch. And then you're going to send your right leg long behind you. Start to engage that foot. So whether it's a point or a flex, either way is okay. I tend to kind of point the ball of my foot and then flex my toes. I call it a point. But it's totally up to you where you want to go. And then really ground down with that right hand. Notice that your shoulder is stacked over your wrist. Send your left arm out in front of you. Turn your core on right away. Find that balance. On your inhale, lengthen in both directions. Exhale, knee to nose. Round it in, or knee to elbow. Find that cat spine. Chin comes to chest. Inhale, find length. And then on your exhale, you're going to bend your right knee. From here, you're going to reach your left hand around, and if you can't quite capture your foot, you can use your strap or belt or whatever you're using here. If you can find your foot, try to press your heel off your glute. Open up that shoulder. Spot the top left mat at first, and then if it feels okay, maybe you take your gaze up. Now notice if you're just pressing into the heel of your right hand. Try to grip with all 5 fingers here. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, hand and knee back down to your mat. We'll take a quick cat-cow. Inhale, cow pose, arch. Exhale, cat. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. Knees come together to touch, and then this time we're sending our left leg back. Find a point or a point with your foot, and then ground down with that left arm, left shoulder stacked over wrist. When you're ready, send your right arm out in front of you. Find that balance. Turn your core on. On your inhale, find length. Exhale, ground it out. Elbow to knee, cat spine, chin to chest. Squeezing in. Inhale, start to lengthen. Exhale, bend your knee. And nice and slow, start to reach your hand around for your foot. Once you capture your foot, press foot into hand. Open up that shoulder. Maybe take your gaze up. Try to get your heel away from your glute. Just a couple breaths here. Hold for that last inhale. And exhale, hand and knee back down to your mat. My wrists are feeling kind of tight at this point, so if you want to kind of warm up your wrists, maybe switch your hands around so your fingers are facing your knees. Shift weight back and forth. Maybe come up onto your toes and then just flick out your fingers or roll them out. We're going to be doing a little bit of kind of wrist stuff, some side planks and some handstand preps. So roll out those wrists, take whatever you need. And then once you're feeling pretty good, I'll meet you in your downward facing dog. Once you're ready, plant your palms, tuck your toes, lift your hips high and back for down dog. Down dog is yours to explore stillness or movement. So maybe you pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then the other. As you bend one knee, really drive that opposite heel down to the mat. Get into your hamstring, Achilles, low calf. Maybe if you're finding stillness, just trying to find length in those hamstrings, drawing heels down. Try to lengthen through your spine. If you're finding that you're rounding, press out. Belly towards sides, even if you need to bend your knees a little bit here. Looking good. And again, spreading your fingers out nice and wide. We're going to start to separate our feet to the width of our mat. And then you're going to walk your hands towards your toes just an inch or two. So you have a really closed down dog. From here, really start to ground down with your right hand and your left foot. See if you can lift your left hand and your right foot. This one was really tricky for me when I first started doing it, so if you're wobbling, that's okay. Just get your fingers, your toes off the mat first. Second, feel your core fire up. Hold for the inhale. And then exhale, left hand, right foot down to the mat. Start to lift through your right hand and your left foot. Really grounding down through the 5 fingertips. The full, excuse me. Every part of your hand grounding down. Hold for the inhale. And exhale, hand and foot down to the mat. Come back into your traditional down dog. Bringing your feet 2 fists to hip width distance apart. And then on your inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet behind your hands, ragdoll, uttanasana. Bend your knees, grab onto opposite elbows. Let your head hang. Maybe you shift your weight forward and back. Maybe you nod your head yes, shake your head no. This is all about the decompression of the spine rather than the hamstring stretch. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Maybe you sway the elbows left to right, that feels good. Just starting to warm up through the spine. And when you sway, then you'll start to get into the hamstrings. Start to release your fingertips down to the mat. Heel to your feet back together to touch. Big toes to touch, so there's space between your heels, slight bend in your knees. On your inhale, slowly start to roll to standing. Super slow. Chin will stay on your chest. Feel every vertebrae as you rise. Once you reach the top, you're going to take a big shoulder loop back. And then bring your hands out by your sides, palms facing me, close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths. Start to shift your weight forward into the balls of your feet. Shift your weight back into your heels. Shift your weight into your left foot. And then into your right foot. Come back to center and really ground down with the 4 corners of your feet. Feeling nice and grounded, even though we're cutting off our sense of sight, finding the balance within. And then make this a really nice engaged pose. Pull your kneecaps up, squeeze your inner thighs. Pull your low belly up and in so your core is on. Drop your shoulders down your back. Inhale, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Bring your arms up overhead. Eyes can stay closed or they can open at this point. Either way is okay. Drop your shoulders down your back, pinkies facing forward, arms are engaged. Start to blink your eyes open if they're not already. Now on your exhale, find a baby back bend. Cactus out your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades, nudge your hips slightly, float forward. But try not to dump into your low back here. So make the lift come from your chest, like there's a string from your sternum to the sky. Squeezing shoulders, backside body totally engaged. Inhale, come back up to mountain pose. Arms up above your head. And exhale, chair plank. Sitting down and back into your heels, we're gonna sweep our arms back. Good, palms facing the floor. Weight is down and back. Triceps are on, squeeze your shoulders and then lift your palms. Good. From here, it's kind of a tricky transition. If you wobble, that's all right. Inhale, we're coming into a toe squat. Arms are gonna come out in front of you, and then you're gonna start to lift up onto your toes, pressing heels forward. Find something to spot on the wall out in front of you or on the floor. And then we're gonna lower down to our heels as slow as we can. Keeping long spines as much as we can. Keeping the lift in our heels, pressing ankles forward. And then eventually, you're gonna hover above your heels. Keeping that lift, hold for your inhale. Exhale, boat pose. You're gonna roll back onto your sit bones. Legs are gonna come out in front of you. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. We're getting straight into core. When we get into those back bends, we want our core to be ready so that we protect our low back. Lengthen through your spine. Inhale, low boat. Press your heels forward and your hands. Shoulders hover above the mat. Open mouth, exhale, high boat. Good, 4 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Once you get to the top, start to roll over your feet, plant your palms, step back into high plank. Shoulders, hips, and ankles in alignment, keeping hips nice and low. Spreading fingers out wide, keeping that grip in your fingertips. We'll go through chaturanga really slow. Option to take this one on your knees. Option to stay on your toes, whatever feels best for you. Our chaturanga, on our inhale, we're gonna come up onto our tippy toes. Exhale, you're gonna lower halfway. Elbows stay in tight by your ribs. Try not to let your shoulders dip lower than your elbows. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift up the tops of your feet. Thighs are off the mat here, so just 4 points of contact. And on your exhale, use your core to lift your hips high and back. Coming into down dog, flipping over your feet. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Good, we'll be taking a few of those in class. So option to take it on your knees, option to skip it, going straight from your high plank to your down dog. Option to sit back into child's pose, whatever feels best in your body, listen to you. All right, from here, we're gonna shift forward into a high plank. And our exhale, we're coming into floating dog. So floating dog, you're gonna lower your hips, and it's just like upward facing dog, but we're on our toes, good. From here, ground down with your left foot, lift your right leg. So just like we did in Sphinx pose, nice. Feel your low back turn on, pull for the inhale. Exhale, right toes to mat. Inhale, left leg high. Good, strong you guys. Pull up for the inhale. Exhale, toes down to the mat. Turn your core on, come back to down dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, shift forward, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet behind your hands. Take a slight bend in your knees, adding on a little bit here. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to mountain pose. Arms come out to your sides, and then all the way up to premier face. Exhale, baby back bend right away. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, chair plank. Sit low, sweep arms back. Inhale, toe squat. Arms are coming forward, coming up onto your tippy toes. Now as slow as we can, we're gonna lower down. Take your time, feel the burn, I'm already sweating. Squeeze through your inner thighs. And then once you hover above your heels, take an inhale. Exhale, boat pose. So this time your left leg is gonna cross on top of your right. Knees are out wide, framing your belly up first. Inhale, low boat, press it forward. Open mouth, exhale, lift. For 4, 3, just 2. Last one. Right away, roll forward, plant your palms, hop or step back through your chaturanga. If you're hopping back, just make sure that you land with bent elbows so that we're not locking out our joints so we can protect ourselves. Good, hold for the inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Beautiful, guys. We're gonna get into our sun B. We'll do it once on each side, and then we'll take a break. On your inhale, shift forward into a high plank. Exhale, coming into that floating dog. Drop your hips, chin lifts. Inhale, lift your right toes. Exhale, knee to nose. So you're gonna use your core to lift your hips, and then draw your knee into your nose. Cat-like spine here, rounding it out. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. So we're crossing our body, turning on our obliques, holding for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Nice and control. Step your foot through. Try to land heel to toe if possible. From here, stretch it out. Find any organic movement that feels good. Maybe have a sip of water if you need it. Starting to warm up through your hamstring. Straighten out that front leg or drop your back knee. A half split always feels good. Sometimes I like to let my knee fall over to the right, look over to the right, whatever you need here. Good, we'll take 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then make your way back to your low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. From here, find a really stable foundation with your legs. On your inhale, you're gonna send your left arm forward to frame your face. Exhale, long lever reach. The right arm comes forward as well. Chest lifts just barely so that we're not resting our belly on our thighs. Really strong legs. Inhale, you're gonna rise up and cactus out your arms. Squeezing your shoulder blades, finding that cat spine. Exhale, you're gonna round it forward, extend your arms long. Maybe they come together to touch, chin, chest. Inhale, rise up. Cactus it up. Maybe your gaze comes to the ceiling this time. Exhale, round it forward. At the end, wrap your arms around your shoulders, give yourself a hug, and then pivot to the left. Good. So we're facing the side walls, and our feet are going to become parallel with the sides of the mat. Inhale, lift your elbows, look up, and exhale, wide-legged forward fold, keeping your hands on your shoulders. Ride that exhale all the way down. You can kind of just let your head hang here, that feels good. You can release your hands to the floor, wrap your hands around your ankles, or you can stay at your shoulders, whatever you need here. This is a little bit of free time to stretch out in whatever way feels good. Good, maybe you bend into one knee and then the other. Maybe you sway left and right. Bring your hands back out in front of you. Inhale, halfway lift. Start to lengthen through your spine, roll up onto your fingertips. Exhale, low lunge. Walk your hands back to the front where we started. From here, I like to scoot myself back on my mat a little bit for this next pose. Inhale, standing L. You're gonna launch onto your right foot and your left heel is gonna lift. So just a little bit of weight in your fingertips here. Rely on your balance. Press your heel back towards the back of the room, flexing your toes. Exhale, you're gonna plant your palms. I like to walk my hands out about 1 inch here. So we're coming into a handstand prep. So I've been really focusing on pressing into your fingertips, and this is why. On our inhale, we're gonna come up onto the ball of our right foot. Press your weight forward so all 10 fingertips are gripping. Pull your low belly up and in. Let your body shake. Gaze is up towards your top of your mat. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, drop that heel back down. Right heel. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, Shiva squat. Send your left knee behind your right knee and over to the right. Squeeze through your inner thighs, flex your toes. Now, I don't want you to focus on the balance on this first one. I really want you to get into your legs, squeezing and squatting low. Good. From here, you're gonna keep your left hand where it is. Your right hand is gonna reach for your left foot. Coming into a revolved dancer's prep. As you feel ready, start to press into your right foot and rise up. Once you rise up and you feel okay with your balance, bring your left arm up over your head. So we'll get into the full expression of revolved dancers on our next round. Right now, I just want you to get used to the feeling of opposite hand of foot. Pressing down through the big toe of your standing foot, finding something to spot, your drishti, your non-moving focus point. Hold for this inhale. Exhale, back to Shiva squat. Hands come to heart center this time. Take your time. Left knee comes back behind your right knee, so you can squat down nice and low. Hold just for the inhale. On your exhale, your left foot is going to reach back. Your left hand is going to come down to the mat. Left toes will touch. Inhale, right arm high, easy twist. Once you find your easy twist, keep your hips low. You want the twist to come from your chest, from your belly button up. Maybe even bend into this right elbow for a moment, just opening through your shoulder. And then reach your fingertips back up high. Have a look down at your left arm. You want to stack your shoulder over your wrist. I like to pick my back toes up, bring them a little bit closer to me for this one. And then inhale, side plank. Pull onto the edge of your left foot. Stack your right shin on top of your left. Option to drop to your bottom knee or your forearm for this one. First plank, shoulder, hips, and ankles in alignment. Hold for a couple breaths here. Keep your hips high. Stay for the inhale. And then exhale, chaturanga. Right hand comes back down to the mat. And then flow through your high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Really good, you guys. I'm already sweating, getting our workouts in. All right, we're gonna go through one side, or one more time on the opposite side, and then we'll take a little break. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. exhale, floating dog. Hips low, chest high. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Lift your hips, draw your knee into your nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg comes high. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. Cross your body. Holding here, obliques for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, low lunge. Slow and control. Step that foot through. Find that organic movement on this side as well. It can be the same, it can be different. Whatever feels good here. Option to get some water. I know. The other good thing about practicing home is you can take breaks whenever you want without being late on the class. All right, coming back to our low lunge when we're ready. Back knee is gonna lift. From here, little to no weight in your fingers. Left arm reaches forward. Exhale, long lever reach. Right arm reaches forward. Chest lifts just slightly. Nice deep bend in our front knee. We're on the ball of our back foot. Arms framing our face. Inhale, rise up as you cactus out your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Cat or cow spine here. Then exhale, round it forward. Arms reach. Chin comes down to your chest. Again, like that. Inhale, expand, open up. Maybe gaze comes up. Exhale, contract. As you contract on this one, give yourself a hug at the end, and then pivot to the side. Good. Feet come back to parallel with the mat. Inhale, lift your elbows, look up. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Write it down. I'm going to give you free time on this side as well. So take whatever you need. Bend through your knees, maybe reach an arm high, opening up your sides. Stretching out in whatever way feels good. Good, you guys. When you're ready, start to bring your hands back around to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Roll up onto your fingertips, lengthening through your side, your spine and your side bodies. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Crawl your hands forward. Framing your left foot here. Inhale, standing L. Come onto your left foot. Right leg presses back. Right heel, like you're stomping on the back wall. Flex through your toes, square your hips. And then drop your hands down to the mat. I'm going to step myself back. I should have had you guys do that before, but it's up to you here. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. And then on your inhale, come onto the ball of your left foot. Right heel will lift. Low belly pulls up and in. Shifting weight forward so your fingertips are taking some of the weight. Gaze is slightly forward. Inhale. And exhale, left heel down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen up onto your fingertips. And exhale, Shiva squat. Squeeze your inner thigh, squat down low. Right knee comes behind your left knee and over to the left, looking good. Flex through your lifted toes. Keep your left heel down on the mat. From here, bringing your left hand to your right foot, keeping your right fingertips on the mat. Once you're ready, start to rise, pressing into that left heel. If you fall, if you wobble, that's all right. Once you're ready, bring your arm above your head, your right arm, rounding down with that left foot, just getting used to the opposite hand and foot action here. See if you can press out of your left hip. Take an inhale, and exhale back to your Shiva squat. This time going for our balance, hands to heart center. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, start to shoot your right leg back, your right hand to the mat. Slowly bringing hand and foot down to the mat. And inhale, left arm high, easy twist. Keep your hips nice and low. Twist comes from the chest. Maybe you open up your shoulder. Maybe you bend that elbow. And your next inhale, reach up. Have a look down, make sure your shoulders stacked over your wrists. And then make your way into your side plank. This time, left foot stacks on right. Take whatever you did on the first side, dropping your forearm or your knee. Shoulders, hips, ankles, find that alignment. Lift your hips, hold for the inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Left hand down to the mat. Flow through high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Drop to your knees. Wipe some sweat, have some water. This is our official break. Whew. How are we feeling so far?
Good.
Feeling okay?
Good.
I wanted to do a more challenging class, or not, some challenging poses and some challenging transitions for our first online class, because I want this to be something that you guys can kind of go back and practice on. This isn't a class that even I'm going to nail on the first try, so it's something that you can goal towards, something you can keep working on throughout the weeks to come while you're at home. Whew. All right. Now we're going to flow breath to movement. We're going to add on in just a few different places. And then we'll get another break after that. All right, let's meet back in our downward facing dog. Face this way first. We're going to come into that wide stance. So walk your feet up and bring them to the outer edges of your mat. Walk your hands back as much as feels good. Start to ground down with your right hand and your left foot. And then reach that left hand and right leg high. For this one, see if you can reach your left arm behind you like you're doing airplane arms. Maybe you can lift your toes a little bit higher. The higher you lift your toes, the more you wobble. Hold for the inhale, and exhale, hand and foot down to the mat. Give yourself a break, maybe shift side to side, and then we'll get into the other side. Left hand, right foot down, right hand, left foot lift. Maybe you can reach your right hand behind you. Good. Keep that core strong, looking strong. Inhale, and exhale, hand and foot down to the mat. Come back into your traditional down dog. Widening your stance, bringing feet together, and then we'll start to flow and we'll add on. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, floating dog. Drop your hips, lift your chest. Inhale, your right heel high. Exhale, knee to nose, hips high, knee to your nose. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. And then we're going to kick this leg through for fallen star. Kick your right leg through and then lift your left arm. Good, left hips are high. Maybe you reach your fingers towards me, just for the inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Slow and control, maybe landing heel to toe. Inhale, left arm forward, frame your face. Exhale, long lever reach, right arm forward. Inhale, lift your chest, calf, just have your arms, little back bend. Exhale, round it forward, cat spine. Again, inhale, lift and expand. Exhale, contract. Give yourself a hug at the end. Switch to the side. A little bit different here. You're gonna bring your arms out to a T, and then inhale, chest expansion, look up. Exhale, flip your palms, wide-legged forward fold, down to your mat. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Crawl your hands forward to frame your right foot. Scoot yourself back here if you like. Inhale, standing L. Onto the right foot, left heel lifts. Exhale, plant your palms. Inhale, come up onto the ball of your right foot. Low belly up and in, shift weight forward. And exhale, drop your right heel. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, Shiva squat. Left knee behind your right knee and over to the right. Capture your left foot with your right hand. Inhale, revolve dancer's prep. Press into that right foot as you rise up. Left arm comes above your face. And then as you're ready, we're finding the full expression of revolve dancers. Start to press your foot into your hand, shifting forward using your left arm as counterbalance. 2 breaths here. Inhale, rise back up to that prep pose. And exhale, Shiva squat. Hands come to heart, holding balance this time. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, left hand, left foot, come down to the mat. Inhale, right arm high, easy twist. Exhale, side plank. Right foot stacks on left. Now we're adding on here. So this is just an option. If you're feeling pretty strong, inhale, lift your right leg. And then exhale, drop your right toes behind your left leg. Inhale, wild thing. Press your hips high. Reach your right fingers towards me. Nice, you guys. Holding for a breath. And exhale, right hand down to the mat. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward into high plank. Option to take your chaturanga with your right toes lifted if you can maintain your alignment in the shoulders. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Inhale through your nose, open up, exhale, pull it down. One more, inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, floating dog, drop your hips. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, lift your hips, draw your knee in. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross your body, left knee, right tricep, and then kick that leg out for fallen star. Right arm will reach high, maybe towards the knee. Keep your hips nice and lifted. Stay with the inhale. Exhale, right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot through. Inhale your right arm forward. Exhale, left arm forward. Long letter reach, lift your chest. Inhale, rise up, half is out. Exhale, reach forward. Last time doing this, inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Give yourself a hug. Pivot to the right. This time, bringing our arms out to a T. Inhale, chest expansion, look up. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Roll it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, roll up. Exhale, low lunge towards the front. Creep and claw your hands to bring your left foot this time. Good. Inhale, standing L. Up onto your right or left heel, right leg lifts. Exhale, plant your palms. Inhale, lift up onto the ball of your left foot. Shift weight forward, low belly in, pressing into the fingertips. And exhale, drop your heel. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Shiva squat. Find your balance here. Ground down with your right fingertips. Left hand reaches for your right foot. Inhale, press into your left foot. Start to rise for the prep position. Once you're feeling good here, come into the full expression. Kick your foot into your hand. Reach your right arm forward. Find the depth, but listen to your body. Just another breath. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, Shiva squat. Right knee comes behind your left, hands to heart center. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, right hand, right foot down to the mat. Inhale, left arm high, easy twist. Exhale, side plank. Left foot on top of right. Option here, if you did it on the other side, inhale your left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, plant your toes, and inhale, wild thing, hips high, fingers reach towards me. Good, holding for a breath. And exhale, back around, left hand to the mat, left leg high, inhale. Exhale, shift forward to high plank. If you kept your toes lifted on the other side, keep them lifted here for your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Go ahead and drop to your knees. Have some water, wipe some sweat. Whew. Okay, we're almost there. We have just a couple peak postures and one peak transition, and then we'll get onto our backs for the rest of practice. All right. So we're gonna come into camel first. So come to the top of your mat on your knees. And then if you have a block, you can bring your block in between your thighs. This is just optional. I don't know how the books will do. They're kind of skinny, but we gotta make it work. So I'm gonna go block in between my thighs. You guys can do books or not. It might be a little too skinny. But just really focusing on keeping the inner thighs squeezed. So up and tall kneeling. We're gonna bring our hands to our low back like they're in pockets. All right, from here, start to spot something out in front of you, and then start to trace an invisible line up the wall as you start to lift your chest and bend back. Now maybe you stop right here. I want you to really listen to your body. If you start to trace the wall, you can see the back wall, you can start to see the bottom of the back wall, then maybe reach one hand for your heel, maybe you reach the opposite hand for the opposite heel. If you find your heels squeezing inner thighs, pressing hips forward, keeping low belly on, protecting our back, just one more breath, and then come back up, one hand to one hip, opposite hand to the other hip, rise up nice and slow, and then sit on your heels, hands to heart and belly, close your eyes. Recenter, re-ground down. Take an inhale, open mouth, exhale. Okay. All right, start to blink your eyes open. You guys are gonna get a quick break while I show you the transition that we're getting into. So we're not going through that flow again. We're just gonna do one quick transition and then one other kind of little thing that we did before, but modified. So I'll show you where we're going first because when I cue every single thing, it kind of makes it choppy to go through, and I want you to flow as much as you can. So we're gonna go from our fallen star directly into our wild thing. So we're gonna be in down dog. I'm gonna cue inhale, right leg high. Exhale, fallen star. So you're gonna go right knee, left tricep, just like we were doing. Kick your right leg through, left arm is high. Option to lift the heel or keep it grounded, either way. Left hand is gonna come back down. We're gonna open our hips and come straight into wild thing. All right, so I'll take it nice and slow, but if you feel pretty good about just flowing from one to the other, then just go ahead and get into it. All right, but before we do that, we were doing those balancing down dogs for a reason. And this pose, when I first did this, which was not that long ago, a few months ago, I was like falling all over the place. So I might still be falling all over the place. So if you guys are wobbling, don't feel funky. This is a tricky one. And this is where the vulnerability side of things is going to come in. So let's make our way into our down dog. And then to make this pose easier, get a nice wide stance. Bring your heels of your hands towards your toes. And let's do right side first. So right hand grounds down, left foot grounds down. Start to lift your right foot, your left leg, or left hand. Left arm is going to come behind you like airplane arms. And then bend your right knee. Maybe you start to capture your foot with your hand. If you capture your foot, maybe you start to lift your knee. Press, hit, foot, heel away from glute. It's a tricky one. This is probably the best I've ever done it. Lift, hold for a breath, and exhale, bring hand and foot back down to the mat. All right, I don't even know if there's a name for that pose. If anybody knows, please comment or let me know because I'm not sure. All right, back into our down dog, and we're gonna come into that transition. So if you do it a little bit faster than I cue, that's all right. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, fallen star, cross your body, kick that right leg out. Inhale, left arm high, hips high. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Inhale, right leg high, bend your knee, open up your hip. And exhale, wild thing. Left leg is straight, hips are high. Bring your right hand back down to your mat. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. And exhale, low lunge, step your right foot through. Good. So start to bring yourself back towards the back of your mat. I'm going to give you the option for a handstand kick here. So on our inhales, we're coming into our standing L, and we've been preparing for this. This is why I've been focusing so much on gripping with our fingertips. So plant your palms, and on your inhale, come all the way up onto the ball of your foot, pressing weight forward. Option to stay right here. Maybe you start to bend through your right knee, get a little hop. If you're feeling pretty comfortable getting a little hop, maybe you kick your heel all the way up towards your glute. Options here. Take whatever feels good. And on your last one, see if you can land back into a Shiva squat. All the way over, I like it. When you get back after your last one, come into your Shiva. And we're doing something different here, a standing split Shiva. So left hand down on the mat. Right hand reaches for your left foot. From here, you're going to straighten out your right leg. And you're going to reach your left knee high. So it's kind of like a split bow.
but standing in your Shiva, or coming from your Shiva. Slight bend in the right knee so we're not locking out our joints. Again, pressing heel away from glute. Hold for the inhale. And exhale back to Shiva squat. Hands down to the mat. Inhale, standing L, lengthen. And exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back, either down dog or flow through your chaturanga, however you're feeling this. Achoo, excuse me. Achoo. Oh. All right, meeting down dog. Adding the chaturangas, and I like it. All right, last side. Make a nice wide down dog. We gotta do that funky mind. Walk your heels with your hands in, grounding down with our left hand and right foot this time. This is my awkward side. We gotta get the awkward side in. Reach your right arm and left foot back. Bend your knee. See if you can reach your foot for your hand. Whew. I'll give you a few breaths here to play around with this one. Once you find your foot, if you find your foot, press that heel away from your glute. Open the shoulder, grip through all 5 fingers. Give yourself more surface space. Inhale, and exhale, back down to your mat. I'm gonna switch around. So into our down dog traditional. Once you're ready, inhale, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, fallen star across your body, left knee, right tricep, kick it out. Inhale, hips high, fingers high. Exhale, right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left leg high, bend your knee, open up your hip. And exhale, wild queen. Inhale, hips high, fingers high. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Inhale, 3-legged dog, left leg high. And exhale, low lunge, step it through. Scoot yourself back on your mat if you need to. Inhale, standing L. And then plant your palms. Coming into our handstand kicks on this side. Come up onto the ball of your foot, lift your heel. Low belly pulls up and in, weights forward. And then maybe you get some kicks. Maybe your heel kicks up towards your glute. Take whatever you did on the other side, whatever you can on this side. I know for me it's a lot different. And then land back in your Shiva squat. Last little bit here. Right hand grinds down, left hand reaches for your right foot. Inhale, standing split Shiva. Lift that right knee, straighten out your left leg. And then try to press your heel away from your glute. Good. Try not to lock out that left knee. Inhale. And exhale back to Shiva squat. Inhale, standing L. Exhale, low lunge, step it back. Inhale, high plank. Final chaturanga of the day, or just come back into down dog. Whatever feels good here. Inhale, and exhale, down dog. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Turn around this one. Inhale your right leg high. And exhale, half pigeon. Bring it down. With half pigeon, trying to square your front shin with the mat, front of the mat as much as you can. I don't want you to hurt your knee. So if your knee is bothering you, pull your heel in. If you have a knee injury, figure 4 on your back is always a good one to get into that'll work the same parts of your body. So back leg is long, toes intact, fingertips out to our sides. On our inhale, take a little baby back bend, look up, and exhale, forward fold over your calf. Option to put that block or a book underneath your right hip if you have a lot of lift. Square your hips, forehead down to your block, your book, or the mat, or a pillow, whatever you need here. Close your eyes. I'm actually going to play a little bit of the sacral chakra sound bowl since we're here. Our sacral chakra houses our emotions, our reactions, our sensuality, and in these deep hip stretches, it's really common for feelings to start to come up. Feelings of gratitude, feelings of happiness, joy, or feelings of irritation. Kind of funky stuff will tend to come up in these deep hip stretches, and we don't really talk about that a lot in yoga, but it happens. Feelings of, I really want this class to be over, it happens sometimes. So if that comes up, that's all right, acknowledge it, let it pass, try not just to expend too much energy there. Come back into your breath, back into your body, and know that you can get through this. Your next inhale, start to rise up. Sit into your right hip. We're gonna heel toe your right foot to your inner thigh. From here, you can bring your right hand behind your hip, left arm out in front of you. Flex your left toes. And then on your inhale, press your hips forward, roll onto your shin, stargazer. Slight bend through the right elbow. And exhale, back down. All right, from here, you're going to grab your left leg, and you're gonna send your right leg long. So, grabbing that left leg, I'm just gonna give it a hug. So I'm gonna put my left foot into my right elbow crease and wrap my left arm around my leg. And then first, we're just gonna rock left and right, holding it like a baby. And then from here, you're gonna bring your left hand behind your left hip. And you're gonna start to use your body weight to roll out this hip and glute like it's a foam roller. Lean back, lean forward. Feel it out. Yeah, I love this one. It kind of hurts so good. Find those different areas that need it. And then when you're feeling pretty good, gonna come back into a seat, cross your ankles, plant your palms, back to down dog. Last time we'll be here today. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. This side for me, it feels a lot different than my right side. So if that's the case for you, just slide a block underneath this hip so you can really square your hips. Maybe bring your heel in a little bit closer. Back leg long, toes untucked. Inhale, little baby back bend, lift up. And exhale, fold over your shin, your calf, forehead to your book, your block, mat, whatever feels good here. And on this side, I'm just gonna play the bowls a little bit. That sacral chakra bowl. Try to breathe into it. Try to embrace that vulnerability here. Your next inhale, start to come up onto your forearms, press into your hands, lift your chest. And exhale, sit into your hip. Heel toe that left foot to your inner thigh. Left hand comes behind your left hip, right arm comes out in front of you. Inhale, stargazer. Press forward, hips forward, rolling onto your shin, reaching fingertips back. Final, I take that back. Not our final back bend of class. Inhale, and exhale back into your hips. This time you're gonna send your left leg long. You're gonna bring your right leg in.
giving yourself a hug, and then just start to rock left and right first. And then when you're feeling ready, bring that right hand down. Oh, start to roll out that hip. Give it some love, get into the glute a little bit. You can even kind of get into your low back when you roll back a little bit. Just exploring, seeing what feels good, what feels tight. All right. Once you're feeling good here, just let your legs go long. We're gonna come onto our backs for the rest of class. Since we've been doing all these back bends, I feel like we have to get into wheel if you want. So if you're feeling tired, then no worries, you do not have to get into your wheel. But since we're totally prepared for it, I'm gonna cue us there. So for wheel, this is just an option. This is something you can work towards at home. Bending your knees, bringing your heels in towards your glutes. And then you're gonna bring your hands to the mat, elbows face up. So your hands are framing your ears. And your elbows are up towards the sky. Yeah, you guys look good. From here, I actually like to take down my ponytail here because the first step is just to roll onto the crown of your head. So maybe you come onto the crown of your head, palms plant towards the mat. If this feels okay, press into your hands, lift up off your head. See if you can squeeze your inner thighs so they're not just spreading out. Coming together as much as you can, pressing into the hips and the shoulders. Hold for just a breath or two. Really nice, you guys. Inhale, then exhale, nice and slow. Rewind, come back onto your back. Bring your legs to a bend, and then let your knees fall over to the left, to the right. Kind of windshield wipering through your legs. And we'll find happy break baby. Bring the soles of your feet up, grab onto the inner or outer arches of your feet, or take your peace fingers to your big toes. Wherever you are, you can even grab onto ankles or calves if that feels better. You want to stack your feet on top of your knees, your ankles on top of your knees. And we're going to start with stillness. So just pressing feet into hands, hands into feet. Draw your low back down to the mat, and then draw your chin to your chest just slightly so the full length of your spine is flat on the mat. You should feel that big compression in your hip flexors. Hold here for just one breath. And then go ahead and find some movement. Maybe rocking left and right if that feels good. Maybe extending your right leg long, bringing your left heel in. Maybe bringing your right heel in, sending your left leg long. Maybe both legs go long. And then come back into your happy baby. Release your feet. You're going to send your left leg long and interlace your fingers around your right shin, pulling your knee in towards your armpit on the inhale. Exhale, supine twist. Use your left hand to draw your right leg over your left side body. Right arm is going to come out to a T, and your gaze is going to come over to your right. I like to bring my left hand to the outside of my left leg or knee just to find some resistance so I can really get the twist in my spine, drawing that right shoulder down. Finding length on your inhale, bringing it out on your exhale. And then your next inhale, bring your knees back around to center. Rock left and right. And then send your right leg long, interlace your fingers around your left shin. Pull it into your armpit first, inhale. And exhale, supine twist. This time using your right arm to draw your left leg over your right side body. Left arm out to a T, drawing your left shoulder down to the mat. Finding length on the inhale. Twist on the exhale.
And then your next inhale or so, bring your knees back around to center. Rock left and right and find any final stretches that you need. Maybe a plow pose. Maybe just rocking left and right. Or maybe you want to find Shavasana early, whatever feels good. Start to take your final few stretches. And then as you're ready, make your way back into your Savasana. Take your time getting into Savasana. And once you do, bring your arms out by your sides. Bring your legs to the outer edges of your mat. Take up space here. We have lots of space, and if you're in your living room, you probably have lots of space. So bring your legs out wide, arms out wide, palms facing up, and just close your eyes. Take an inhale here, fill up. Open up, exhale, sink into your mat. Good. Allow yourself to come into stillness. This is where the healing comes into yoga. This is where the kind of restorative part of yoga happens. So try to find this stillness. Try to disengage every muscle in your body. If you're holding any tension in your brows or your forehead, try to unfurrow through your forehead, relax through your brows. If your tongue is at the roof of your mouth, let it fall from the roof of your mouth. Unhinge your jaw. If you're at home and you've been in my classes before, you know that this is the Palo Santo time. And you should know what that smells like. So if you're at home, maybe start to visualize or start to call in that woodsy, sweet aroma that you get when you're here in Ascent Studio. See if you can remember what that smells like. Remember what it feels like in here. And start to relax all the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. Let your shoulders be heavy on your mat, heavy down your back. Start to send this relaxed flow of energy down from your shoulders into your biceps. You may even be able to visualize this. I usually see it as like a warm, opaque-ish light, but you can see it however it comes to you in your mind's eye. Send it down your shoulders, into your arms, your biceps, around your elbows, into your forearms and around your wrists, circling around your palms and then making its way into your fingertips. Maybe you even start to feel what I call like an energy massage around the centers of your hands, maybe a pulsing in the fingertips. If you do start to feel it, try to hold that there. Notice what that feels like. Let your breath be normal, not slowing it down or speeding it up, just letting it be. And then send that relaxed flow of energy down your belly, your low back, around your hips. Your hips did so much work for you today. Your low back did so much work for you. Send that loving energy around. And if there's any engagement happening through your glutes, your hips, let it go. Send it down your quads, your hamstrings, around your knees, through your calves, shins, around your ankles, soles of your feet, and into your toes, until you're filled with this relaxed sensation of mind and body, this no brain space. Try to hold this stillness for the last couple of minutes of class, and I'll call you out when it's time.
some movement into your fingers and your toes. Use your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Make your way onto your right or left side for fetal position. Right side if you're climbing after this, or I guess we won't be climbing unless you're climbing in your house. If you're going out anywhere, doing anything requiring a bit of added energy. Left side, if this is the last thing on your list, you're doing this in the evening and you're going to chill out, wind down for the rest of the day. Take a couple deep breaths of gratitude here. Tapping into that intention, just for the last time, that idea of vulnerability. I know that I did not give you an easy class to start out with. And so I want you to really find peace, find joy in that vulnerable side of yourself, physically and emotionally. That vulnerable side of you that wobbles out of postures, and then the emotional side where your ego kind of kicks in. Maybe you get embarrassed when you wobble out of postures. I know I do sometimes, and that's okay. So we acknowledge that, we work on our vulnerability, we tap into it, and we grow from that. We become stronger people, more evolved people. We expand in our practice and in our lives. Closing your eyes. When you're ready, start to make your way into a seated position. Once you arrive in your seat, draw your hands to heart center, thumbs to sternum. Ground down into your sit bones, but sit up nice and tall, lengthen through your spine. Notice the connection between your fingers and chest. We'll take our final breath together. Exhale everything out first. Let it all go. And then take a slow inhale, starting to fill up your lungs. Hold it up top. Open mouth, exhale, release. Good breath. Inhale, thumbs to third eye center. Your seat of insight and intuition. Love, the light, the vulnerability within me. Vows to honors, respects, the love, the light, the vulnerability within all of you at home, both of you in class with me, everyone's seeing this. Let's do one bow together to seal in our practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for meeting me on your mats. Thanks for sharing your breath, sharing your energy with me. If you felt like that class was a little bit tough, don't worry. We are getting into a restorative class right after this, so that will be online for you to practice as well. Josie, Hannah, thank you so much for working with it, for through it with me, and I'll see you guys soon.